Hey guys, welcome to the Roadmap, Benzinga's new NFT show. We've got a great show planned out for you. We're going to be talking to one of the up and coming NFT projects, the Doge Pound. You probably know them if you are here. If you don't, you're going to hear all about how that project got started, all about that cool artwork, and maybe what's to come, and that age-old question, when puppies. So without further ado, guys, this is the Roadmap. Awesome. So let's get started, guys. There's so much to talk about, as always, in the NFT space. I'm just going to run through some quick news before I bring on my co-host and we get started with that interview. So, guys, penguins. We've got pudgy penguins booming. We've got party penguins catching a bid. We also got some possible rug pulls last night. With some new NFT projects. So as always, stay careful out there, guys. Know what you are buying. We also have DraftKings, the sports betting company, launching its first NFT series tomorrow with Tom Brady. We've got prices ranging from $12 to $1,500 with that sale starting at 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. We also get new NFTs from Topps. With Bundesliga soccer trading card NFTs starting at $10 a pack. We've also got several NFT drops today. We've got Potato Power, Vox, Floyd's World, and Warriors of Ardiana. So exciting times ahead in the SPAC world. Let me go ahead. We're going to bring on my co-host, Maz. What's going on, Maz? What are you seeing out there in NFT land? Anything catching your eye?
What is going on, Chris? Exciting times in the NFT world. Penguins, of course. I didn't mint any, but it's, great time. Penguins, the Doge Pound. I actually found out about them when I saw Steve Aoki was buying them this weekend. And I looked and I was like, damn, I cannot believe I've missed them. But I'm excited to be here and I'm excited to talk about that today. So let's do it.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, if you don't know, the Doge Pound is an NFT project that launched with 10,000. The group has over 17,000 followers on Twitter, a Discord of over 7,500 members. They're going to be launching Puppy soon, and they have attracted some big names, as Maz just said. I also saw some recent sales, 19.99 ETH, 16 ETH, 13 ETH, and 15 ETH. We've got a floor of around 1 ETH right now, and 2,700 owners is what I'm seeing on OpenSea. So without further ado, let's bring on, we have joining us on the Roadmap today, John Lemon, founder of the Doge Pound NFT. What's going on, John? Welcome to the stream.
Yes, thanks for having me. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, and we're loving that avatar there. I mean, what exciting times we've got, and perfect time to bring you on and talk about this awesome NFT project that has drawn so much buzz out there. So let's dive into some questions. So up first, John, just wondering if you can share, with our viewers, what is your NFT experience and background look like?
So I launched one small NFT in the past. It wasn't a large PFP project like this, but I launched one small one in the past. And then my background personally is in making mobile games. So I used to own a company where we made well over 100 mobile games, and we did a lot of them with influencers over the years. So when I saw the NFT space booming a lot, for me, I don't know, I saw a lot of good correlations for what of things I've done in the past and skills that we have, and friends and teammates that we've worked on things. So that's kind of how the idea started. And obviously, the NFT space is booming really, really large right now. And I just wanted to get involved. And, we've been fortunate to have a pretty successful, I guess, first big launch, you could say.
Perfect. So walk us through what went into the decision of launching the Doge Pound. How did that idea kind of, come up for you?
Yeah, I think the idea stems from, one, obviously the Dogecoin community. So I love Dogecoin, and I love what they built, and they have some of the strongest communities on social media. So it's something we wanted to tie into and be a part of. So it's a mix of Dogecoin people. We haven't fully tied our experience into how we're going to incorporate more of the actual dog experience. I want to have more of an experience built up that's around people that love dogs and more charity aspects for this. And then beyond that, the community is really focused on people, again, that obviously love cryptocurrency and NFTs. So I would say it's a combination of those three groups of people, I would say.
Awesome. Walk us through this artwork, right? So that's part of what goes into, launching an NFT project is the artwork, coming up with the characteristics, the traits, the rarities. What goes on behind the scenes in this process, and what was the experience like for you?
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but my screen is frozen.
Oh, we can hear you. Are you still there, John? Can you hear us, John? All right. Looks like we've got some audio difficulties with John right now.
Oh, can you hear me, guys?
Can you hear us?
There he is. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yep,
I froze for a second on me.
That's all right. Let me ask the question again. So, part of the NFT process is coming up with artwork and launching, rarities, traits, characteristics. What goes on behind the scenes in that process, and how was that process overall for you?
Yeah. So what happens in all these cases is you're drawing or making all the different traits at first. That's really the first step. And then we're using software to generate all the different unique Doges in this case. So I can't even remember offhand. I believe we have around 180 unique traits. And then we generated 10,000 of them based off those traits. And then there's, built-in logic for having ones be more rare than others and things like that.
Awesome. And then, you mentioned reaching out and appealing to some Dogecoin creators. We've seen Greg, who we have here in the chat, owns a Doge Pound. We've got Billy Marcus, the founder of Dogecoin, of course. We've got Dogecoin Rise and the Wall Street Bets chairman. We also saw Steve Aoki buying over the weekend. Can you walk us through a little bit, the marketing plan here of having these large influencers involved, and also what it means in terms of validation to have these big names involved?
Yeah, so to start, it is super, super important. We wanted to make sure even, leading up to the launch that we were, at least reaching out to some of these people and trying to get them involved as much as possible. And, we really want to make the Dogecoin community feel super included in this project because they are a big focal point of it. I think as time goes on, again, like you said, it adds validation. It shows that, okay, we are a project that people can take serious. But another thing that we're trying to focus on as well is how we can actually educate more of the Dogecoin community what NFTs are. Because there's still, I would say, 95% of the people still have no idea why they should own an NFT or why they should hold the Doge Pound token or dog in this case. And there's still a lot of confusion. So as time goes on, that's really going to be a big focal point for us to continue to educate these people. And I think even to figure out ways that we can get more people involved in the Dogecoin community, because the price point is, already a little bit expensive. And, assuming if we stay in a bull market and crypto keeps rising, it's pretty expensive for someone to spend, $4,000, $5,000, maybe, who knows how many thousands of dollars just on one NFT. So that's going to be an ongoing discussion as well. How do we make people feel more included and involved in our community?
Awesome. Another big name out there in the Dogecoin community, of course, is Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Now, I see your tweets all the time, reaching out to Elon Musk, trying to get him a Doge Pound NFT. What's the results? Have you had any success getting through to him? And, is there, one or more NFTs reserved for Mr. Musk?
I think the short answer would be if Elon Musk ever got back to us, I think we'd have tons of people that'd be willing to give him an NFT. I would give him 50 of them, right? So I think it's the big dream. We're going to keep trying forever and ever to see if we can reach someone like Elon Musk. I hope we can. That's part of the fun in all of this as well.
Awesome. Maz, you want to take over with some questions here?
Absolutely. So yeah, thanks again for coming on, John. So first of all, I love the project. The Doge Pound has one of the fastest growing communities in the space. such a great community. So tell us a little bit more. How do you connect with the community? And do you keep tabs on the Discord? Because the Discord is always popping. There's so much movement going on there. So it's really, really cool.
Yeah, no, it's, like I said, it's a huge focal point for us. With the NFT space, like you guys said, we're talking about a new NFT every single day, maybe even every single hour. Yeah. It's a huge, huge focal point for us to figure out, how we can keep the community engaged when they're being pulled in so many different directions to, let's buy the DraftKings NFT tomorrow, or let's buy the Pudgy Penguins. And, how do you make people feel a part of the community and want to stay with you long term? So it's a huge focal point for us. And I'd say our team has a big background in that too. I have a big background in influencer marketing, and we have a lot of people that are involved in our team that have a background in growing communities and keeping people engaged. And I think a lot of it comes back to communication. Some of the most vulnerable parts of your project are going to be in the very beginning, when people are sitting there wondering, like, okay, the Doge Pound NFT has gone up, X%. Do I really want to hold this? Is it going to, is it here to last? And then, there's a lot of validation and excitement when people can be involved and connected to a community. So I think that's super, super important always for us to continue to, figure out how we make people feel, included in the community and make it fun for everyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So what would you say to the people that have helped build a community and to the Discord mods right now that are, constantly working on that aspect of, creating that big family in the Doge Pound?
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, our community is unreal. I've been blown away by all the people that have reached out and that want to help in some capacity. And one of the big focal points, again, that we're working on as well right now is figuring out, we have 2.5% of our royalty fees that go back into a community fund. And that fund is going to be used to pay people and to empower our community to, basically to reward them if they're adding value, or to empower people that want to build any ideas around the Doge Pound or add value to the brand or the community. So that's always going to be a big focus as well.
Love that, man. That's really cool to see. Have you been surprised at the reactions and the rising valuation of the Doge Pound?
I guess maybe a little bit surprised, not overly surprised, because, like I said, we have a background in these things. So we had, some of this lined up, but we did, we were definitely fortunate in some cases, when we were first selling, when we were first in the minting phase for the Doge Pound, we actually did get stuck for a while. I think we made a couple of mistakes with doing delayed reveal, and we got stuck from not selling out. And we've been fortunate to have some influencers involved, and again, really an awesome community of people that have been super helpful. So I would say, yes and no. We're just trying to do all we can as well, to take advantage of the opportunity.
Absolutely. Love that, man. So let's kind of switch. I want to talk a little bit about, you guys launched a mobile app, and, I have not seen a lot of NFT projects doing this. So can you tell us a little bit more about what's on the app and why it's so important for the Doge Pound community?
Yeah, actually, I think this is a perfect example of how powerful the community is. So to be clear, the mobile app actually isn't quite ready yet, but this mobile app is made entirely by a community member. It's not even actually something that we made internally ourselves. This is something that a community member came forward and said, like, hey, I'm making this mobile app. Like, this is my idea. Would you guys be able to support me in some capacity? And, of course, it's like, yeah, this is amazing. Of course, we'd like to support you. So it's actually a community member, which is amazing.
That's awesome. What do you know what's going to be on the app, or what it's going to consist of?
So I think to start, like, we'll, it'll be linked up to the merchandising store. We're making an area where you'll have basically a little bit of a virtual pet experience with your dog. Nice. There'll be some communication there to stay up to date with things. It'll kind of be just encompass everything that our brand has right now in a mobile experience. And then, if people like it, I think we'll add to it as well. And again, I want to make sure we support these community members that are doing this as much as possible. It's really cool.
That's exciting stuff, man. I can't wait to see the app come to life, and that's really cool. Chris, let's pass it on to you. I know you have a couple more questions.
Yeah, I got to say that's awesome to hear that an app is coming. I have not seen that, out of many NFTs, aside from the ones with the gaming aspect, but definitely something exciting to watch in the NFT space. So, John, there's this big question out there that we have to ask because it's been teased a bunch that there are puppies coming. So the question, of course, is when puppies?
Yeah, when puppies. So puppies, I would say in between 3 to 4 weeks now. I feel like I've said 4 weeks a decent amount. We're getting close. At the end of the day, it's like basically remaking a whole new collection of NFTs over again. The first collection took us about 2 months, and now that we've done it once, we can speed things up a little bit faster. So yeah, I would say in between 3 to 4 weeks. I'm really excited for them though. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Are you attached to any other NFT projects out there? And if not, are there any favorites of yours in the NFT space outside of Doge Pound?
That's a good question. So I'm not formally attached to any right now. There is, as you can imagine, with the success we've had, there is a lot of projects that want our help in some capacity. So I think maybe in the near future, I don't want to deviate my interest too far from the Doge Pound, because I think what we have here is something special. Other communities that I like, something that I strive for, obviously, you have people at the very top like Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks. We would love to be something like them. Oh, can you guys still hear me? I think.
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. I think it just froze on my end. But maybe a community that's closer to our size, I think does a super good job is I like the Cool Cats. I think they do a really, really good job. I look up to them in a lot of ways too. So I would say, yeah, maybe the Cool Cats. And, it's hard, because like you said, there's a new project coming out every single day. I think there's tons and tons of talented people. And I do think even us, to stay ahead of the curve and to keep traction, we're going to have to be really, really careful with what we do and how we approach our future. And I think we're going to have to make sure we're always on top of that and building new things, because it's just going to get more and more competitive. But that makes it fun too.
Definitely. With that being said, we are in the middle of a bull run right now for NFTs. What are your thoughts just on the overall NFT market? Do you see this run lasting, and the number of projects that are coming out, or, is a minor correction possibly needed?
Yeah, so I don't see the production of NFT projects slowing down anytime soon. And to me, NFT is kind of just a buzzword. The technology behind NFTs and smart contracts is really, it's just an enabler to do so many more things. So yeah. I think we might see a slowdown of maybe these profile picture based avatars, but we won't see a slowdown in, people making NFTs and wrapping around, tangible products and real life experiences. And going forward too, that's going to be a focal point for us too. How do we evolve this into something more than just being a profile picture and an avatar? There is validity and use case to that, but I think to stay ahead of the times, I don't think we can just exist as someone like Bored Ape Yacht Clubs or CryptoPunks. We don't have the privilege to be that. So we have to continue to evolve this and make more experiences around it. So it's exciting. I think I just, like you guys probably agree, it's just going to become hyper competitive, and the quality of products is going to continue to go up and up.
Absolutely. We're seeing that already with some of these new launches. Obviously you have puppies coming, you have the mobile app coming. Is there anything else that, holders should look forward here? I know you probably can't announce, but any, possible collaborations with other projects in the future? What are some of the ideas kind of thrown out to keep building this project going forward?
Yeah, I think in the more short-term future for our roadmap, we have things like everyone that holds, we just call them the OG dog, so to speak. Everyone that holds that is going to get a 3D version of their dog. We're building out our metaverse experiences a lot for people. So we're now building out a metaverse experience in Decentraland, and we have a huge plot of land in Sandbox. And then we just spoke to a team from Nemesis last night. We're building a big plot of land for people to engage in there. And then beyond that, we do actually we're building out the details for breeding and some tokenomics around it. So I'm trying to build more of an economy and an ecosystem around the Doge Pound, so it can be something that can continue to last forever. And, beyond that, I have a lot of ideas, but, it's going to take time to put some of these things into place, but it's awesome. It's exciting.
Awesome. I'm scared to ask this next question, because when we had the Vogu team on and we asked the artist what some of his favorite traits were, characteristics, we actually saw a spike in the price of the ones with those characteristics. But I'll ask you anyways, John, what are some of your favorite characteristics and traits of the Doge Pound NFTs out there?
Oh yeah, it's hard to pick. I mean, it's hard to go against something like the spacesuits. I really like the slime dogs and the acid fur. Maybe we should just throw out like the cavity trait. That's one that everyone doesn't like. I'll just say that I like the cavity dogs a lot.
Love it, love it. Maz, any other questions for John here?
No questions I can think of, but I just, again, dude, you've done an amazing job with this project. Shout out to the Doge community. I see you guys in the comments, and just an exciting time to be in this platform and NFT market. And I cannot wait to see what is next for the Doge Pound.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
John, anything else to share, with our viewers here? We've got some people, obviously from your Discord, but we also have, maybe some new people that aren't familiar with the Doge Pound NFT. What would you say, to maybe some of the new people out there? Why is this a project that they should look at and be excited about?
Yeah, I think, again, one of the things that really makes us stand out is the community aspect of our project. So if there's anyone that wants to get involved in NFTs, like, we'd love to welcome them into our community. And, even if they can't, like I said, even if they can't buy one of our Doges, yeah, we'd love to welcome them and get them involved in the community in some capacity. And that's always going to be an ongoing focal point for us. How can we get more people involved and make them feel included? So I think really that's probably one of the most special things about us. It's all about community, and everyone's very welcoming and kind, and it's really is a lot of fun.
Awesome. So someone pointed out in the chat that I do have this sweet looking Doge hat hanging out in my background. This was created by Benzinga's own Alyssa. I actually got word that we have 2 of these hats to give away today. So, I'll ask you first, John, was there a favorite comment that you saw? I don't know. Were you watching the comments during this stream?
I saw some. I don't know if I can actually pick one out.
Is there anything that jumps out, that you remember popping up on screen or in the chat, that was a favorite comment of yours? Otherwise, Maz and I can each pick one out here.
Maybe I'll defer to Maz on this one. He's got it.
All right, Maz.
I saw one.
What do you got, Maz? The person
that commented that the doggy 69 is the best one. I haven't seen that one yet, but I like that comment, and I'm going to look that dog up after
I believe that was, there it is. Yep. Plunge Father, who I've actually had the honor of interviewing on a different stream talking NBA Top Shot. So Plunge, email shows@benzinga.com. We're going to get you hooked up with a hat, and now it is my turn to find one. I've popped up so many of these on the screen. But I really like this one from Danny. I can't believe my eyes are glued to the screen watching a Doge avatar speak to the roadmap of my biggest investment ever.
Let's go.
Ha, ha, ha. Danny, I don't know what to tell you if this is your biggest investment ever. I'll leave that alone and not give financial advice here. But Danny, shout out to you. You also won a hat. So please email shows@benzinga.com. So congratulations to our 2 winners of that sweet Doge hat. Oh, Plunge now saying, can we re-roll and give to someone else? Uh-oh, Maz.
All right, what should we do? Let's see some comments. I'm looking at the comments right now. I'm going to pick the
first
one.
Guys, drop a comment right now. Drop a funny comment for Maz. Give him something to work with here. Who's going to win a hat?
First one I see. Let's see it. I'm looking. Let's see. Bacon. We will take it. Let's go.
There it is. Funny comment.
Janny,
all right.
89.
All right. There's our new winner, Janix89. Email shows@benzinga.com. You just won yourself a hat. Shout out to Plunge on that reroll. John, thanks again for joining us on the stream. This is a project that Maz and I have watched, from the background. We're so excited to have you on and talk this. And we hope to maybe hear from you in the future, maybe in those 3 to 4 weeks when those puppies drop, because I know we'll have a lot of artwork to highlight, when that happens.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. If you guys drop in the Discord too, we'll give you a special role. I think people will be ecstatic about that.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm in that Discord. I don't post too much, but I will hop in and we'll hang out there later, and Maz as well. So John, thank you so much for joining us on the roadmap, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome. So Maz, I mean, the roadmap, episode 2 officially here. Another great project that we were able to highlight. So we had the Vogu Collective on last week, Doge Pound today. I mean, these are huge communities, and I think that's what NFTs are all about, right? We see these new projects, they launch, sometimes they lose momentum, the floor price drops out, they just can't sustain it. But every once in a while, we get these cool projects that really take hold. They build that loyal community, and they're able to keep growing. And I think that's what we've got here. So, what do you think, Baz? What did you take away from today's interview here?
Well, yeah, community, community. Shout out to everyone in the comments. I see, how strong this community is. I see them on Twitter, and I can't wait to join the Discord and, check that out as well, which just shows us, the art, the community are two big things. Obviously, the monetary incentive is there, but to have long-term projects, I think we need those two things. And the Doge Pound definitely has those things. So I'm excited for the future of the Doge Pound and the future of the whole NFT market as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, that artwork, look at you see it there on screen. I mean, that just looks so cool. Also, they keep teasing us with these pictures of the puppies as well, too. And I see those and I'm like, oh my goodness. And I saw someone earlier, and I know this would be a hard one to say. There's those puppies.
Those are so damn cool.
Someone saying that the puppies are cuter than the adults. I mean, I hate to say that, but let's face it, that's probably true here. So Maz, we're about done wrapping up time here. I mentioned some NFTs at the start of the show. We saw penguins moving. We got some new drops today. Is there anything, that really caught your eye that you're watching, that's dropping today or over the next couple days before we see you on stream again here?
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Vox drop today. I didn't mint anything yesterday because I was a little busy, but I did see some red alerts there yesterday. So I'm looking at these drops today. There's so many drops every day now, but Vox has caught my attention. So I'll probably try to mint those today.
Yeah, I saw Vox. My concern about that is, are we going to see a huge gas war? Yeah, exactly. That's one of my least favorite parts about this, right? Is, when we see these projects launch, we see that huge gas thing. And Scott in the chat, of course, saying Vox will sell quick, so that's something I'm always concerned about. What about last night's potential runway a little bit here? And we see some of these projects maybe that are less established with smaller communities. Are we going to have a hard time selling out again?
I think, yes, if this trend continues, absolutely. Those were kind of alarming. And it just points back to, those established projects that have been around for a long time. So it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic between these, long-term projects that have been around for months and these new projects that are consistently dropping every day. But yeah, I do believe that we need to do some research, just before we mint things sometimes, I just mint things without even realizing it. So I'm taking the step back and really looking at the projects a little more in detail. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the concern, right? Is, paying attention to who's involved with the project, who some of the creators are, the artists, the community. I never want to see anyone get rug pulled. So, just again, be careful out there. I always like to pay attention, to the size of the community, the Discord, the Twitter, and maybe see the interest from some other, influencers out there, on Twitter as well. So before we go, of course, Maz, I got to get your Twitter handle up here on screen. We thank you again, Maz, for joining us on the roadmap. It's so great to have you, attached to this project as well. Guys, in the chat, if you enjoyed today's show, if you want more NFT coverage from Benzinga, go ahead and drop me a 1 in the chat so our producer, our corporate office people know, hey, this show is for real. We're gonna keep building it. So drop a 1 for me.
Leave it a like.
And like that stream and like that stream and subscribe if you have not. Well, we are just about out of time. I'm looking for those 1s to roll in, and there they are.
Let's go.
And I mean, give us a 2 if you don't like the show. It won't hurt my feelings, especially since we got so many 1s first. But go ahead, give me a 2 if you don't like it. Maz, I think we're getting a lot of 1s there, so I think they like the show. So we will be back hopefully next week with another episode of the roadmap, guys. That's going to do it for us. Smash that like. hit that subscribe, and we'll see you next time on The Roadmap.
Peace out, everybody.